Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And thank you very much, Amreen, for introducing me with so many, titles and other things. Believe me, I am proud to be a teacher, and that's my actual introduction. So I have my son, Hamza. Can you come here? I have my son with me at the moment.
All right.
Just to give me some technical support. Hamza
All
can,
right, sure. Welcome, Hamza. I hope you're doing
because
good.
because they are better than us in IT. So I said, in case if
Yes.
any technical difficulty, Hamza, you have to, help
Sure,
me
of
out.
course. Yes.
All right. Okay. So without wasting time, let's go to the session. And you can see these are the topics which are included in my presentation. I can divide safely these topics into two segments. The first one is basic information and definitions of quality, accreditation, the interface of accreditation and program quality, accreditation bodies. We will discuss about their nature. And the other one is more technical parts, and here we actually discuss accreditation process, in which we'll talk about eligibility, internal QMS, how to write self-study reports, third-party evaluation, and the decision of granting or rejecting accreditation. So please fasten your belt, because I'm trying to build a bridge over the sea in just 30 minutes. So I hope it would be a great session, because you are part of my session. So inshallah, let's see what happened. Okay. So when I was preparing this presentation, actually, I was browsing websites of different educational institutions in Karachi. And I was actually looking for some vision and mission statements, their objectives. So what I found is here. Let's take number one: provide quality education and emerging research culture. Aspires for quality learning, research, innovation, and adding value to society. Be the best with Pakistan's leading university. Another university said, we try to nurture purpose, leadership, and excellence in students, faculty, and staff. One was quite clear. They said, we want to maintain, promote, and enhance quality of higher education program, blah, blah, etc. So many were there. I got around hundreds of mission statements and catchy slogans. So interestingly, almost all slogans include the word quality directly or in its implied form. Why such so? So what exactly they mean when they use the word quality? Quality isn't easy to define. It's really a difficult term. Although it's the most cherished goal in any human endeavor, especially in the field of education. It is our desire. But if there's a lack of agreement about what quality is, then we can say that it's a relative term and hard to define and even more difficult to measure. That's why no educators or experts come to same conclusion while discussing what makes good quality education or a qualitative institution. So let's see some book-based definition, which are actually identified by researchers. They say quality is fitness for purpose. Some says it's value for money. I'm sure they are business people. A very interesting definition: conformance to standard. Some says to do a right thing at first time and to do a right thing at the right time. I really like this definition. And some wants to know their customer and consumers. Some wants to know their needs. And an interesting one, last one, is freedom from deficiencies or defects. So zero defect, they were talking about quality. So there are so many descriptions and definition. But believe me, I'm very clear. As a professor of education quality, I think they are not very supportive to get customers' attention. Believe me, if you just go to Junaid Jamshed and they say fitness for purpose, do you think you will believe that they are providing some quality in their brand? And the most important, they don't reveal what type of products do we produce in an educational institution. So how should we define the word quality? For me, quality is branding. Quality is branding. And when I say quality is branding, naturally my area is education. So I will say school quality, college quality, university brand. So we'll talk about university brand actually. So what's called university brand? University brand, actually it's a promise. It's a big idea you are offering to your students. It actually allows you to make an emotional connection with your customers. Quality and university brand convince them to invest their time, money, and efforts. So it's not easy, to have a university brand. When your students know your brand, if you market it well, they are confident about the return of their investment. So probably somebody will say, why, Dr. Naeem, you are emphasizing on branding? Why it is important? So the answer of this question is in many questions. Look at, what does everyone want to buy iPhone despite it's an expensive gadget? Why do we run for Cambridge qualifications? Why do you see a long queue to get admission form, even just form, or outside Mama Parsi school? Why do Karachi Grammar is still considered to be the best school after its establishment 100 years ago, not now, when Karachi was a village? So stating just be the best with the Pakistan leading university will not be enough. I'm telling you, frankly speaking, we need to choose a type of university brand, a type of university brand that attract our customer. So what are different types of university brand? Let me give you some examples. If a university is looking for job placement as a brand, so they can mention on their website, corridors, whiteboard, blackboard, green board, doors, everywhere. They say, we produce engineering graduates that can easily be placed in the top power companies in Pakistan. Top power companies in Pakistan. Man, it's not easy if you take this brand, but you can go for that. Another one, our graduates are not only medical doctors, but health manager. So here, what is your emphasis? Your emphasis is unique course. You are telling them that our curriculum is not traditional or basal. We are actually providing a facility of unique courses, so you can easily get good opportunities, variety. Some institute can focus on outcomes. So they say our MBA graduates are entrepreneurs. They run their own businesses. They don't apply for jobs. My son is a graduate of MIT. Look at how much social value and status in this brand. It actually gives an identity. I remember 20 years back when my uncle graduated from MIT. So I was showing my friend my muscles. I said, oh, my uncle got graduation from MIT, Manchester Institute of Technology. It was a brand, even for me. So look at how can we use brand for showing the quality of our institution. Some can talk about curriculum and they say our syllabi are based on common core American standards. And very interesting, some can be proud of ACBSP accredited institution. Okay, so accreditation could be their brand. So it's not easy just to mention those brands. You have to do something. What exactly you have to do? You have to the first thing you have to do is setting up an effective internal quality assurance system. That's the thing you need to do. And then you have to get third-party validation of your institute or program brand through some sort of accreditation, which is the key to ensure reasonable quality of your academic and administrative setup. I'm sorry, you have to listen to me a lot because I'm running my board just for 30 minutes. And at the end, we will inshallah unmute you and you can ask me question as many as you can. So what's accreditation? I talk a lot about accreditation. Okay, what's accreditation? It's a process of officially recognizing an institute of higher education. Recognizing what? They have reasonable quality. It is also called a third-party evaluation, which is based on some agreed standards and criteria. Actually, once you apply for accreditation, you are pushed to enhance your own internal quality assurance processes. So this is one of the benefits of accreditation. And you have to acquire this accreditation within a specific timeline. It's not simply just you apply and just wait for 7 years and work hard to get some quality and then inshallah you will get validation. No, it's not like that. It's basically a competition. Better you choose an organization of repute to accredit your brand. And here I am very much proud and I want to share you that me and my team at Royal Commission Saudi Arabia, we achieved 34 program accreditation and 5 institutional accreditation within the time frame of 5 years, alhamdulillah. So that's why I'm proud of that one. I have no doubt. So what are different accreditation bodies over the continents are working? Here is the list of some. ABET for engineering program, ACBSP for business and management program. City and Guilds are looking for on-job technical training programs. CA-HAP for health education program. CEA and Equals. CEA is American accreditation body and Equals actually is a British accreditation body for English language program and institutions. Of course, you have some regional councils and issuing bodies. You have a higher education commission for which you have to send so many reports. I'm sure on a daily basis. And when these guys comes to you, I'm sure you have to arrange a good lunch and other things. All right. So these are some accreditation bodies. Sorry, I use humor a lot in my lecture. I'm sorry, this one way, so my humor is also one way. So as I mentioned to you, it's a process of validating the reasonable quality. So what does it take? Usually it can be acquired through 5 stages or steps, ranging from checking your eligibility and apply for accreditation, setting up internal quality assurance system, writing self-study reports, external review, third-party evaluation, and decision of granting or rejecting accreditation request. So these are 5 steps. We are short of time, so I will not go for all. Sorry for that. So we will be discussing only 2, which I think is the most important, One, just check whether you are eligible to apply. And second one, how can you set up an internal quality assurance system? And later on, we could have many other webinars. I can go for writing self-study report and external review. We can talk about how to get the positive decision of rejecting accreditation request. So we are left, I'm just looking at my stopwatch, 15 minutes for my lecture. So I'm trying to be fast a little bit. So let's talk about eligibility, each accreditation body has a certain requirement for an institute or program to be accredited. What I did, I summarized it in 14 common requirements. And this is the list. You can take a picture. I don't want to spend some time over there, but just look at, they actually see that is your institute chartered or approved by the government. They actually are looking for activities consistent with the charter or license. They, oh, this is very important area. They look into it. Do you have a strategic plan, at least for 5 years, including plan for quality? You must have policies, regulations, and terms of references, and not only just in papers. You have to show actual application of those TORs. They might be reading your published guides or handbooks for students, and certainly the technical side, you have to write down your program and course specification, descriptions of processes for program approval, change, and review. You should have a centralized data system. Not everybody, like one dean of social sciences, he has his own data. Dean of engineering sciences, he is just be like a snack on on his data. No, you should have a centralized data system. Nobody is indispensable, so you should have a centralized data system. You should collect stakeholders survey and feedback. And very important, you should provide community services, some sort of proof for industrial linkages, research, and job placements. And very important, are you financially viable to apply for accreditation? So now I'm not saying man, I'm saying women. It's not easy. You need some money to apply for finance for an accreditation. They actually charge a high fee. And very important, do you buy in? Are you ready to be evaluated by a third party for continuous improvement? So these are some eligibility requirements, and then you can apply if you are producing all requirements. So if you fulfill all requirements, you can lead to an internal quality assurance system covering all standards. So this is the most important part of my presentation, and only 10 minutes are left. I'm constantly looking at my stopwatch. So probably I'll take.
It's all right, Dr. Naeem. Even if it takes 5-10 minutes extra, it doesn't matter.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. You are so nice. Right. I know Ilma University is very, kind.
We are the best.
Yeah, I'm sure. Inshallah.
Thanks.
Okay, so setting up international quality assurance system. Some institution, actually what happened, some institution overemphasize on acquiring validation from an independent accreditation body. Others are just looking to show a certificate as a benchmark of their achievement. But I'm telling you, frankly speaking, setting up an effective internal quality assurance system is far more important than any other responsibility of university governors. And I have written many articles on it. You may find these articles on IBA journal and other, reputed journal, and you can read my journals on university governance and quality assurance later on, if you can find me on Google Scholar. Okay, so what a quality assurance and who is responsible for that? I think QEC, quality enhancement cells, are usually responsible for the institution quality assurance system. But believe me, it should not be only the responsibility of QCs. It must be central to all its operation, all university operation. Everybody should take part in putting up some kind of quality, okay, to have a brand. And I already talk about brand. So let's take the most important, operation of a university, admission. We need more students. Naturally, we are running a business. No doubt. हम खल्के खुदा की खिदमत भी कर रहे हैं. Well, we need to have some money. खाली पेट से खिदमत करना, it's very difficult. Okay, so let's go for that. Let's take an example of admission process in engineering program. Usually, 50% weightage to SSC and FSC mark. And you know the quality of these qualification. I don't want to go in detail, otherwise maybe you throw a stone also on me. And another one is 50% weightage to university test. Because I usually review university tests, so I found mostly MCQs and short question answers. So what happened? A successful rote learner can easily pass this admission criteria. And that's a pity. Really, we need to come out of it. What about the student aptitude towards engineering? Do we measure his aptitude? What if the candidate are forced by his parents? Do we judge his attitude before enrolling him or her in our program? So studies shows that above average IQ score of 115 is required to be a successful engineer. And believe me, if you just go back to your engineering classes and check their IQs, you will find out how many successful engineers are there. And I'm sure, inshallah, I'm not only taking the negative side, but just to be on, to find some positivity in negative. And researchers are also trying to find more about the emotional quotient of engineering candidates. They say they should have some technical patience to be a successful engineer. So my question, do QAC assess or raise questions on the quality of admission process? If yes, that means your QAC, your institution has a quest for quality. If no, you really need some improvement. And for that, probably you need support of consultant like me. Okay. Another one, take another example, student support services. What is this? It's a start functioning even before the day one of a student university life. What type of transport do we provide? I remember, yaar, meri point to bas Allah maaf kare, kach 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 chalti hai. Are hostels available? What is the environment? क्या मच्छरी मारते रहते हैं रात को सोते हुए? Or you are providing a very good quality food to your students? Is there any probation or adjustment mentor is assigned to the student? Or they are just facing rigging in their first 3 months? It's very simple. A teacher who has a friendly attitude with the student can easily perform this duty. He could be a probation or adjustment mentor. How many times do you schedule, do you change your schedule and timetable for the first 2 weeks of the semester? It affects a lot on the quality of teaching and learning. So again, my question, do QAC has an eye on these issues? Is there a strategy in place to ensure compatibility with this standard? Yes, good, quality. You have a quality commitment. No, please start some improvement process. Oh, the most important, my focus of my presentation, teaching and learning. Let me explain the most important teaching and learning with a real story of a group of students. And this is not very old story. Just a week before, actually, I was chatting with them and I had a discussion with them. They were final year engineering student of a well-known engineering university in Karachi. I'm sorry, I cannot give you a name, otherwise they will sue me in the court. What happened? 14 students were enrolled in digital design course. Unfortunately, the teacher was quite autocratic, constantly threatening them to fail. And wallah, believe me, I have the copy of his emails. And I was thinking to use some of the jargons he used to threat students. What happened? 11 students dropped the course by mid-1 exam. One student somehow passed with D+. And fortunately, she was a girl. Because I think they are good learners. Because वैसे भी औरत मार्च भी हो रहा है, women day is also near, so मुझे थोड़ा सा मक्खन polish लगानी है. Okay, and 2 students, despite not dropping the course, they failed. You know what happened? They said, we went to HOD. He showed hands up. He said, sorry, I'm helpless. I cannot interfere in teacher's business. Academic dean was simply ignored the satisfaction of his customer. You know, the students are our customers. And in educational institution, they are not only customers, they are our product as well. So we can't ignore them. Please understand, they are customer, they are product as well. This is the unique brand in this world. We don't see anything which is at the same time customer and a product as well, other than a student. So my question, did anyone from the university bother to check the data? Was the QAC of that so-called reputable institute vigilant throughout the teaching and learning process? What happened? Did they ever distributed modules or course satisfaction authentic survey to student during after the mid-exam or after the course completion? You must know that dissatisfied customer means the quality is compromised. So in any case, we should provide student-centered learning. We should now we need to forget it, the basal and traditional way of teaching. We are no more the authority. Now we are just facilitator. Oh my God, sorry, I'm a little bit rude. It's another neglected area. What happened, actually a neglected area in applied form. In theory, it looks very nice. Assessment, my God. Okay, so what happened in the universities? Normally, 2 mids and 1 final exam, class quizzes and uncountable assignments. What are these? Do we want to rely only on summative assessment? That means some marks. We want to encourage the race to get marks. GPA, my GPA is 3.7, my GPA is 3.4. And usually I saw that those students who got low GPA, they are more successful. I'm not saying please get low score, but we should not initiate any race for GPAs. Can't we do some formative assessment? And we supply them a sheet and say, can you tell us which skill you can do and which skill you can't do? Can't we triangulate their ability or skills or concept through a standardized test like IELTS, TOEFL, SAT, GRE, GMAT? So there is a shift in assessment of learning to assessment as learning. I can give you an example of assessment as learning. I usually give my student an open book exam. If some students are there, they must be very happy. And I'm sure some of my students are attending this webinar. And once you give them an open book exam, they will read and they will learn. They understand the concept. They don't only learn from your lecture, just like what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so do QAC plays a role in devising an authentic accreditation system? Or are intended learning outcomes met and measured properly? This actually I will talk in detail in some other webinar, inshallah. Intended learning outcomes, very important. So what's clear? QAC have an important role to improve academic quality and be ready to apply accreditation. Strong quality assurance is essential to have a reasonable level of quality to satisfy your customer and the external reviewers to acquire program and institutional accreditation. We need a buy-in and a full commitment from all the stakeholders, students, faculty, managers, etc. of the institution to get accreditation. Successful accreditation requires branding of your product. So this is the catharsis of my session. We have not finished yet. Don't think about it. But I have finished 2 steps. Other 3 steps, inshallah, in another webinar. Just before going, let me tell you my brand. Maybe it works for you also. Actually, I provide ideas and support. It's my brand. I provide ideas and support to individuals to acquire career according to his or her attitude and aptitude. I provide ideas and support to schools, colleges, universities in setting up internal quality assurance system. And if they need, I guide them how to get accreditation. For the purpose, I organize regularly courses, workshops, individual and focus group discussions, and by the way, conferences and seminars as well. You can contact me at sayyidnaeemahmed@live.com or through any social media. Amreen and Ravina also has all my contacts. Please don't give them my phone numbers. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's end with a good note. Quality is not an act, it's a habit. And that is the note given by Aristotle. So we need to think about it and we have to start the quality journey. Thanks. Any question? I'm here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Naeem. It was a pleasure listening to you.